First, I will do the lab in front of you guys, and then I will allow some time to let you guys do the lab. Okay.
Okay.
So here is our workbook, and in the workbook we have first as in a topology where you have the internet, and then we have vBond, vSmart, vManage, a CE server, which is again one of the Linux machine, which will be used for CA server. And then we have management PC to access the vManage, and further we have all this vEdges, and then uh, so this one you see as in a branch vEdges, and then we have the two vEdges which are on a data center. Okay, so here if I go back on the lab, you can see that I do have VH78, and this is one which we talk about the data center, and rest of them are the, and when we talk about the data center, it's nothing like the data center. It's just the flat you know the LAN where we are going to configure the IP addressing difference, and apart from that there is no major difference. Okay, so what we will do first is that we will power on the vManager, and switch, and then of course I can power on the vBond, vSmart, and this is my management PC. So further that I'll start doing the configuration. So my vManage IP start with the 10.10.1/24.2 vSmart and .3 vBond. Okay, so let me go ahead to see quickly the configuration, what they have put for vManage. vBond is .2 and vSmart is actually a .3. So there's a minor error on that one, but that's okay. That's not a big deal. So I'll go here and open the vManage. I think I need to do arrange once because last time I logged in, so it is showing the not showing the database format one. So I'll show you from the beginning. Mm, It is powering on. I will log in with my credential, which is a default admin. It will take a moment to initialize the system. Will throw a message system ready. Now I can log in. I need to put the admin. Okay. Now it asks me to format the disk, which is HDB 100 GB. So I'll select the number one to format. And that step is indeed recorded in the workbook. So let me see here the vManage one. I think it is this one is recorded or not. I'm not sure. I need to check it, but it's not. Yeah, it is being recorded. So you can see the performing lab setup of the vManage. So first start with the vManage initial phase of the VMware setting and blah blah. And then you will go once open the vManage on the VM, you will get this window, log in with the admin and say the HTTP number one, which is HTTP, and press the buy for format. So I'll go ahead to So it is formatting. This completes the step to do this. Once that is being done, we can set up the root CA server. Okay, so why we need a root CA server is that we want to set up the CA server to utilize our enterprise certificate. So root certificate have major role in a Viptela SD-WAN because the authentication will be done through the certificate only between the devices, which I mentioned you. Uh, Go to the Ubuntu server and log in with the credential. So I will go here, admin, admin. So this one is login. I can go ahead, but now I will set up the CA server. So to set up the CA server, where is this guy? Start. I can set up the CA server later. Maybe I can go ahead to put the configuration until for this one. I'll take a CA server later because it's not right now important. So next step I need to do is that put the configuration of the vManage where I need to configure 10.10.1 on a ETH1. So if I go back on the topology, ETH instead of ETH1, I have to put it on a ETH0, which is going to this side. So I'll go ahead and type config T VPN 0 interface ETH0 IP address 10.10.10.1/24, and this is nothing, just simulating the internet. So I just want to make sure that no set description transport internet. Please raise your hands in case of you, or let me know if you have any question or clarification. Description, sorry, exit. I can put the DNS 8.8.8.8. I can also put the IP route, which is a default route 0.0.0/0 10.10.10.254. No set. Sorry, commit and quit. So what is going to be happen if so run VPN 0? You can see I got the IP address, IPv6 DHCP client. I got the IP route. Next, what I'll do is that I will configure a vBond, and for a vBond, I'll go ahead admin. One thing which I missed, which I will also configure here, is if you see the vEdge. So this is basically in the backend is using the vEdge software to so vEdge and vBond share the same software. So there is a one command which will convert this vBond vEdge to the vBond. So I'll show you later that a moment. VPN 0 interface G0/0 IP address 10.10.10.2/24 description transport internet no sat no tunnel interface uh, exit IP route 0.0.0/0 10.10.10.254. Okay, commit.
What does that command mean? Total interface. Can you hear me?
Hey, I'm sorry, I was just speaking on mute. So what you were saying?
What is the significance of that command? No
What
tunnel
what?
interface. What is the significance of that command? No tunnel interface while we are configuring vBond.
Okay, so if you look here, basically the VPN 0, there is an interface G0/0. So like I mentioned, this in a backend use uh the what we call it. This in a backend use the vEdge image, which is by default have the tunnel command enabled. So right now I'm disabling it until I do not add it on the vManage. Once I'll add it on the vManage, I will put this command back. The reason behind is that if I will try to add this, this will fail. So I should be disabling the tunnel interface before adding it. Okay.
When you mentioned that one command will convert this VH to vBond, is it the same command
Okay.
or
No, not that command. I'll show you in a moment. Okay.
okay?
So now I have configured the VPN and IP address label for vBond vManage. Next, I can configure the IP address information for the vSmart as well. VPN 0 interface ETH 0 DNS. Sorry, I'll put the IP address first. IP address 10.10.10.3/24. Uh, Description transport intranet. Okay. No set exit. What's next? IP route 0.0.0/0 10.10.10.254 commit and 1 minute. DNS server I forgot to add 8.8.8 primary commit and quit. So I have so far configured the IP addressing. Let me check if I can ping 10.10.1. I can ping it. Dot two. I can ping it. That means to say I can ping the vBond. I can ping the vManage. Right. Next, what I'll do is that as of now I have put the only the IP addressing. So what I can do next is Linux server. Sorry, Windows workstation. And here I will go on the browser, https 110.10.10.1, which was my vManage IP address. At the same time, I'll see the ping is working or not. 10.10.10. Okay, I think it is not configured the IP address anything. So I'll just quickly check if any IP address configured on this one. So local area connection 2. Let me quickly check which connection. E0, E1. So it should be local area connection. Properties, IPv4. And I'll put one static IP address on this one. So I'll say 10.10.10. What's the topology is saying? Dot 4. Okay. So I'll go ahead to configure dot 4. Dot 4 255 255.0 default gateway 10.10.254 preferred DNS 8.8.8. I can ping it. Now I should be able to browse it as well. Advanced, go back to say proceed unsafe. It prompt me for the login. So I got the vManage login console. I'll put admin. So I got the GUI of the vManage now. So we should be ready to further do the configuration. Now, as a next step, what we need to do is that we need to configure the system level information. So I'll go back quickly, show you the system level information. So it says vManage system IP address and site ID. So you can see the system IP address. Make sure the organization name should be exactly the same. The organization name mismatched, then you will have the problem, right? So organization name should be exactly the same. So I'll go ahead and update the vBond IP address. So in my case, vBond is a 10.10.2. So I'll go ahead and the site ID is 1000. So I'll go on the vManage config T system. I can say host name vManage 01. I can say vBond 10.10.2. Organization name, what was that? I want to make sure that I don't make any mistake on that. NetMinion.net. .net. System IP. What is that? 2.2.1. 2.2.1. We have done vBond organization host name. Yep, I think we are done. So if you see the host name is this one, let me quickly check as well. Nothing is missing. Yeah. So
Right ID.
site ID, very good. I think you did a good catch. So 1000. Now what I'll do is, so you see that this host name is not until is applied. So until unless I don't commit, configuration is not applied. So I'll do commit and quit. I'm out of it, right? Now you can see that it become the vManage 01. So if I see so control local properties, I can see the organization and the special organization name is NetMinion and root search and install, which is the default one. But DNS, all that information is available as I configure. Now what I'll do is that I'll put the similar kind of the configuration on the vBond. So on the vBond config T system host name vBond 01 site ID 1000 system IP 2.2.2 organization name netminion.net. What else we are missing?
SP
System. Sorry,
organization.
what?
One more, no, SP organization.
That will automatically come if you will not fill up. Okay. So what we left is the vBond. So we will say vBond. What was that? 10.10.10.2. Right. Next, what this will make as a vBond is local device as a vBond. Right. So we say that now you become a vBond. There is an additional command which will say that okay, you will act as a vBond only. That's where I'll say vBond only. This command will make this device as a vBond. Commit and quit. Next, I'll configure the vSmart. config t system hostname vSmart 01 organization net.net system IP 2.2.3 site ID 1000 vBond 10.10.2 commit and quit. Now, if I see that I have done the configuration of the system level for vBond and vSmart, now what I need to do is that I need to go ahead to add this all these controllers in the vManage. So right now, these controllers I have configured from the CLI point of view, but none of these know about each other. Okay, so to know about each other is that next step is that we go ahead and add these. Okay, so before we go ahead, we have to update the sum in we have to generate these. We have to get the CA server ready, and then use the root search chain further to work on this. So I'll go ahead on this one and we'll show you. So here in the settings section, we will go ahead and we have to update the organization name, which is NetMinion. Oh, okay, give me 1 second. Hey, give me one moment. Yeah. Uh, I'll do Control A, Control C, and Control B. I'll put the B bond information here and we'll say 10.10.10.2, right? Next, I will do the controller certification. So if you see the manual, here we have a semantic automatic or semantic manual and then enterprise. So the semantic manual is the default one, but semantic automatic, the difference is that semantic manual, you will send an email to the Cisco and Cisco will send you the certification for the controller, or automatic, the vManage itself will send a auto generated email to the Cisco, and then you follow the response on the Cisco will send you the certificate which you can use it. But in our case we will use the enterprise. So for the enterprise we will basically generate the certificate. But I think for today we have done enough. So what I would say that is that you guys can further work on bringing up all these controller, and next week we will work on the bringing up the CA server and all these the controller to build the tunnels to each other, DTLS tunnel, and then we will bring up the VSS. Okay. Yep. I hope for today you are able to digest all this which we have talked so far.
Yeah.
Any challenge which you feel that you will face while you will be configuring these controllers and all those stuff?
No, it was like simple things we had done.
Hey,
It,
I'm sorry, you guys are speaking seems way
yeah.
far.
So today it was like you've done the interface level config and the system level config, so that should be very easy.
Right. tomorrow, I mean next week, what we will do is that we will onboard all of these controller, and probably we will onboard few of the VSS as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Then we will play with the templates and other stuff around it.
Okay.
Okay.
Tomorrow, next
So
week,
today was more on the theoretical to connect what we are having around the SD-WAN. Next week more on the practical.
okay.
Okay.
So next
All
week
right,
Saturday,
guys.
next week
Sorry.
at 2 p.m. right?
I'm sorry. Next week Saturday. Yes,
4 p.m.
4 p.m. Right.
Okay, Sumit,
Okay.
thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Bye bye.
Have a good one.
Thank you so much.